The answer is no. You can click off the video now if you don't want to listen to anything else, but the answer is no. The Vancouver Canucks do not have cap issues. I know Andrew Walker talked about this on the radio about a month ago. I think it was like in the middle of July, and that was something that I listened to, and I really related to what he was saying because I agree with everything that he had to bring up, but basically, the Vancouver Canucks are not in a position of cap problems. And that might be a little bit obvious to some, not so obvious to others, so this video is going to cater more to those who are doubters and who do believe that the Vancouver Canucks do lie in some form of a cap crunch. Because the Vancouver Canucks, as of right now, they're at a projected $5 million in cap space on Cap Friendly. And they still need to sign Boeser. And they still need to sign Goldobin. And in 2 years, they're going to need to sign Pettersson and Hughes, and they still have guys like Eriksson and Sutter and all that still in the books. But I don't believe the Vancouver Canucks are in cap issues. Say what you want about Jim Benning, say what you want about how he's done throughout the past few years that he's been here, but I think anybody looking at the Vancouver Canucks can understand the things that needs to be done in order to make this team suffice for the cap going forward. And what I mean by this is, sure, the Canucks only have $5 million of cap space right now, but this roster is not going to stay the same as what Cap Friendly has right now going into September. We're currently listed at 14 forwards and 8 defensemen. We're gonna send some guys down. That's going to happen. That will free up some form of cap. Sure, it might not be enough to get up to the $7 million in projected cap space that would be needed to most likely signing Brock Boeser, but we still have a big window here to actually make trades, and that's the biggest thing here. The Vancouver Canucks are not going to sit on this roster, hold out until September, and go into the season with this roster. We have moves to be made, and when it comes to the way the Vancouver Canucks are structured now, things will not be the same once the season begins. We will have Boeser signed under contract, and a few of these names that we have on our list right now aren't going to be there anymore. This team is moving forward. I trust that Jim Benning knows how to work the cap to make Boeser stay. And going forward into the next few years, once Pettersson and Hughes are up and they need money, that's when Brendan Sutter's deal is out. By that time, we most likely won't have Schaller anymore. Levo might be here, Virtanen might be here, Mott might be here, and our deals with Edler at $6 million, Tanev, Stetcher, and Jordy Ben would all have been done too. Say what you want about having Eriksson's contract here, by this time in a few months, Eriksson might not even be on the team. I'm not saying there's a guarantee that he'll be moved, but I'm saying regardless on if he's moved or not, the Vancouver Canucks still have the ability to make their cap work long term. The only guys who have long-term contracts that I could realistically see the team sticking with, it's Bo Horvat, JT Miller, Michael Furland, Tyler Myers, and that's it. That's it. Add Boeser to that mix, and everybody else is expendable. And what that means is by the time Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson need to be re-signed, there's so much freedom as to what the Canucks could do with everybody else that there's no need to think about it like, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to keep all these guys and sign Pettersson and Hughes. No, we'll have the space. Sure, some of these guys could prove to be unexpendable later on. Tanner Pearson, he expires at the same time that Elias Pettersson does, but we don't know how good he's gonna be, therefore there's no consensus that he's going to be here long term. We have the ability to take these pieces and move them around. And this is not like the Maple Leafs, where we have so many good players that it's really tough to put things together long term. The Vancouver Canucks have a lot of contracts of guys who realistically are getting a little bit overpaid, if not quite overpaid. Guys like Eriksson, Roussel, Beagle. Sure, I love Roussel, but $3 million is a lot for a guy like that. He expires in 2022, and he is injured, so I don't really know how good that's going to be here going into the long term. But the Vancouver Canucks are in a position where they have the ability to make moves. Just within the next few months, they can make moves. They'll keep Boeser. They'll keep... Actually, I don't know if they're keeping Goldolben, but they're keeping Boeser for sure. And once the guys like Hughes and Pettersson are up, there would have been more moves made on this team that, taking a look that far into the future now, is just pointless. The Canucks don't have cap issues. And I think that's the bottom line. Hope you enjoyed this quick little video, and bye.